Good morning and welcome to the Combined Assembly of 7C and 7I. On this auspicious occasion, I would like...
What does that mean?
What? Auspicious? Well, it means favourable or positive.
Well, say that then. Don't make up words.
I'm not making up words, it's a real word.
That's a lie. You made it up.
No, I haven't. It's been a word in the English language since the 1590s. Its origins are Latin, but Shakespeare created the word.
Who?
Shakespeare, William Shakespeare.
I don't know who you're talking about. Do you, Kiara?
Nope, not got a clue. I think you're lying to us, making up words to make us look stupid. Are you calling me a barefaced liar?
A what-faced liar?
Barefaced?
What's that mean?
It means shameless, without concealment or disguise. When someone tells a barefaced lie, it is not a very good one, and you immediately know it's not true.
There you go again, making up these words. You're just making yourself look silly.
No, it's a real word, again created by William Shakespeare.
Look, I don't know who this Shakespeare is, and I don't care. Just stop making up words.
William Shakespeare, you don't know who he is? He's the world's most renowned playwright. He is often called England's national poet and the Bard of Avon. His works consist of approximately 38 plays, 154 sonnets, 2 long narrative poems. His plays have been translated into every major living language and are performed more often than those of any other playwright.
Never heard of him.
Sounds like a bit of a show-off to me.
Okay, I see you're making a laughing stock out of me.
What? Well, let me guess. Another one of Mr. Shakespeare's famous made-up words.
Yes, actually, it's a phrase he invented from his play The Merry Wives of Windsor. To be a laughing stock is to be considered a joke by many people.
Well, you seem to be doing a good job making yourself into laughing stocking.
It's laughing stock, not stocking.
Imagine a world in which Shakespeare didn't exist. Imagine not being able to use the words.
Baseless, without foundation, not based on fact. If you accuse someone of wrongdoing, make sure you have support to back up your claim. It is not baseless accusation.
Dexterity. Skillful, especially in the use of one's head or also one's mind. A good carpenter can dexterously build a bookshelf very easily.
Dwindle, to get smaller, diminish. Watchdog, a person or group that keeps close watch to discover wrong illegal activities. A popular watchdog group is PETA, which exposes wrongful actions against animals.
Well, the phrase "like it's Greek" to me from Julius Caesar. When you say it's Greek to me, you're admitting that you do not know or understand something.
Fair play from The Tempest means to follow the rules, especially in competitions or sports.
All that glitters isn't gold, the Merchant of Venice. We usually use this phrase as we discover that something looks good turns out not to be that great.
Wear one's heart on one's sleeve from Othello. This is to be hopeless, romantic, or open and honest about how you feel. It's to wear one's heart on one's sleeve.
Break the ice from naming on the shoe. Often when you meet someone for the first time, you break the ice by asking them few polite questions about themselves.
The lady don't protest too much. If someone denies something more than once, you can say the lady don't protest too much, meaning that you feel the opposite of what they are saying.
Too much of a good thing from As You Like It. It is said that too much of a good thing, for example money or food, is not necessarily good for you.
In a pickle from The Tempest. To be in a pickle is to be in trouble with a situation you cannot easily get out. Imagine if Shakespeare woke up in Stratford and thought, I'd really like to be a playwright, but my dad makes gloves. And he's going to give me the family business one day, so I may as well stay in Stratford and make gloves. London is a long way away from here, and I'm the son of a merchant, so no one will take me seriously. I'm just going to hang out here and chill with my mates.
Yeah, only he would have said it like that. He would have said, Wherefore art thou, muse of my soul? Dost thou torture my soul, and forbiddeth my mindeth to weave its imaginings? My willeth is strongeth, but my mindeth wants to chilleth.
Imagine not having the characters of Puck, Macbeth, Hamlet, Lear.
Imagine not having heard those famous words.
A horse, my kingdom for a horse.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Is this a dagger I see before me?
I don't know where those lines are from.
Well, maybe you should Google it.
So Shakespeare one thing, but imagine the world without some of these pioneers in technology. You wouldn't just have said Google it if these ambitious creators had a drive for making information available to all.
Take Steve Jobs, for example, the founder of Apple.
Steve Jobs revolutionized the world with his creations, and without them, we wouldn't have the advancements in technology we have today.
Here were rented operation systems to combine integrated functions, GPS, MP3 players, and cameras to make smartphones what they are today.
As a boy, he worked with his father on electronics in the family garage, and he developed a confidence in this hobby.
You wouldn't have the smartphone in your pocket if he hadn't continued his pursuit for advancements in electronics.
Steve may have liked his apples, but was he a great warrior who defended his people?
Maybe not. Come on. iPads, iPods, iPhones.
Well, let me tell you about a world without Joan of Arc. Born on 6th of January 1412, she was a fearless leader.
Nicknamed the Maid of Orleans, she is considered a heroine of France for her role in the 100 Years' War.
And she was made a saint by the Roman Catholic Church.
Joan was instrumental in leading her troops into battle, winning back territories from the English and in boosting the morale of the French nation.
Joan was illiterate. She was the daughter of poor farmers and she achieved all of this by the time she was 19. That's only a few years older than some of you.
Imagine if she had thought about doing her bit for the future of France, but then thought, that seems like quite a lot of work. Maybe I'll just wave my flags at the troops as they pass through my village. That should be enough support.
So Shakespeare gave us a lot of words. Steve Jobs had developed technology. Joan of Arc fought bravely for her country, but what about Martin Luther King?
He was a very brave man, and imagine what America might be like now if he hadn't fought for what he had believed in.
Yeah, but if he was a king, he would have had it easy, right?
What? No, his surname was king, but he wasn't from royalty. In fact, he had a very hard start to life, as he was born at a time of racial inequality and segregation in America.
He is best known for his role in the advancement of civil rights, and he was greatly inspired by the non-violent activism of Mahatma Gandhi.
Is it great to think that Martin Luther King was inspired by Gandhi, and we can be inspired by him?
On October 14, 1964, King received the Nobel Peace Prize for combating racial inequality through nonviolent resistance.
Martin Luther King made one of the most famous speeches in history stating, "I have a dream." Let's hear from Kid President, who can now tell us a little more about this man.
Once upon a time, there's a man named Martin Luther King Jr. It's funny to think about because now we know his name so well, but at one time he was just a kid. Like maybe you're a kid watching this. Well, he was a kid too. Well, maybe you're a grown-up. That's okay too. Former kids are welcome here. I don't discriminate. Martin Luther King grew up to be a great man, of course. But things were all that great in the world while he was growing up. Not everybody was treated like they were somebody. And I believe that you should treat everybody like it's their birthday. But they didn't do that. People looked at the color of your skin. And that's how they decided if they were friends or not. Not cool, man. That didn't make him feel good. That didn't make anybody feel good. But his parents helped him grow up. He went to church. He learned about love. He grew up to be a minister to help a lot of people. He did all sorts of cool stuff. He helped a lot of people learn about love too. But still, he looked around and said, things should be better. He wanted to change things, so he did stuff. He decided, instead of spreading the hate, he would spread the love. He wanted to bring people together. Where people were hurting, he stepped in to help. He marched with them, he walked with them. He walked arm in arm with everyone. And sometimes it didn't go well, but he kept going. Sometimes he ended up in prison, but he kept going. Some people didn't like him, but he kept going. Some days were hard, but he kept going. Love does that, it just keeps going, even when things are dark. And, well, I don't like this part of the story, but things did get pretty dark. Someone who didn't agree with him shot him. He died in April 1968. Now, keep president. Why are you telling us this sad story? Come on. I know, I'm sorry, but it happened. I don't like that happened. Now, I gotta tell you something. When things aren't awesome, it can be tough. And things won't always be awesome, but your response can be. Martin Luther King's response? It was awesome. Today I just want us to think about this. Isn't it cool that we can change things? Like any of us, anybody. He dreamed and he changed things, and he dreamed and he kept sharing his dreams. They became not just his dream, a lot of people's dream. Like this one. I have a dream that little black boys and black girls will join hands with white boys and white girls and become sister and brothers. That's a pretty good dream. Let's dream like that. That could change things.
Martin Luther King had an enormous task trying to make the rest of the country believe in his dreams. It would have been much easier for him to sit back and think, well, this is how the world is. I'm only one person. What good can I do?
Another person who fought to change the world was Mary Curie. She was the leader in her field at a time when women were considered intellectually inferior.
She was the first woman to win a Nobel Peace Prize for advancements in chemistry and physics.
She was also, in fact, the first person to suggest using radiation to treat cancer.
She became a doctor of science and was head of the physics laboratory at the University of Paris.
She was also the only woman in a male-dominated field and would have faced many difficulties to have her work noticed.
She did all of this at the time when women weren't even allowed to vote.
Miss Curie, you come in.
Thank you, Professor.
Have you come to arrange your pretty flowers like your little ladies, do you?
No, I've come to give you my research into the development of radium and polonium, the theory of my treatment for cancer, and my discovery of radioactivity. Oh, and I've been awarded a Nobel Peace Prize.
Imagine if Mary Curie had thought, I have this amazing scientific research and the results may have a huge impact on science, but I'm just a little woman. I should be able.
Living here in Singapore, we can also think, what would this country be like without the vision and efforts of Lee Kuan Yew?
He had a vision for Singapore that included the integration of all cultures. He didn't want a divided and segregated country.
His ideas have made Singapore one of the most interesting and diverse places in the world.
During his rule, Singapore became the most prosperous nation in Southeast Asia.
It is because of him that Singapore has become the metropolis that it is today and that many of our parents work here.
We've mentioned a few people who we can't imagine the world without. There are many, many more people that have had such a positive impact. Let's hear what you thought when we sent our roving reporters out to investigate.
Great leaders like Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela and Gandhi. Well, I think the world would be a much darker place if we didn't have these people to lead people through difficult times and to make sure that everyone is treated in the way that they deserve to be treated.
What would the world be like without Mark Zuckerberg? Mark Zuckerberg is becoming famous for improving Facebook and also planning to bring internet to the world, which is a new product to help people without Wi-Fi to access the internet. What would be like without Michael Jordan? He revolutionized basketball and he basically recreated the dunk for everyone, and it was probably the most exciting part of basketball at the time.
What would the world be like without
J.K. Rowling? I chose J.K. Rowling because I think that she has inspired loads of children to read and inspired their imaginations, and I just love Harry Potter.
What would the world be like without
Steve-O? Steve-O will land for animals to help the environment.
What would the world be like without
Gottfried Leibniz? Because he invented the binary number system, which helped develop digital computers. If he wasn't here and didn't do that, then we wouldn't have the computers and mobile phones that we have today.
What would the world be like without
the right roads? Because how would we get everywhere without planes?
What would it be like without
Steve Jobs? Because Steve Jobs is the person who invented Apple and a lot of technology comes from there. So I want to see what would happen if not many people had phones and technology.
What would the world be like without
bees? Humans need bees. About 70% of everything we eat is pollinated by bees, and they're dying really, really fast. It's about 50% of the amount of bees we had after World War II, less than we have now. Those words are different, but we need bees. Humans need bees.
What would the world be without
Charles Darwin? Well, our understanding of how all the different life forms on planet Earth might be a bit different. We now have a great appreciation of how new life forms come about, and also a great appreciation of what it is to be human and where we fit into the grand scheme and story of life on Earth.
Richard Feynman. So Richard Feynman is somebody you've probably not heard of. He was initially involved in creating the first atom bomb in the US. So you might think, well, why have I named him? He soon realised that that wasn't really what he should have done. He went on to have a great career promoting the importance of science and promoting the importance of scientific thinking. One of the last things he did was, before he died, was being involved in the Challenger inquiry, and he was the one that questioned the sort of vague statements that NASA were making about how safe the space program was.
We want you to think about what impact you can have. Remember, most of these people came from normal beginnings and weren't rich or powerful.
What they had to drive and will to succeed to do something. That's what we should all have.
Think about all the incredible things in the world.
And just imagine, in 100 times, in years' time, there might be a class assembly about you.
So do something amazing. What could you change?